What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's episode of Annie's Adventures and Friends. I've got a table for us today. Let's go on and turn this camera around so I can introduce you to everybody. We're going to go on and talk to a local roofing company and a local farmer. I'm so excited. All right, we got a lot of information, so let's get this party started. All right, everybody. How's it going? How you all doing? I'm really good. I'm excited to have you guys here. Susan, I've been thinking about you all week because I'm like, man, I've been really wanting to get a farmer on the show. And plus, I've been really wanting to learn about your farm in general. Like, your flowers are freaking gorgeous. Your style is so dope. And then you guys are working with a wonderful project right now with a local lady, Mrs. Jorgensen, and trying to help her raise money to help fix her trailer. She has a deadline, October 12th, I believe it is. If not, she's facing an eviction. So we do want to help get the word out. So let me go on and just introduce everybody. Right here to the right, I have Casey and Eric with Top Dog Roofing. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for reaching out and tag me and everything, because that's the whole purpose of all of this, you know? All right. So over here we got Susan with Calhoun Flower Farm. How you doing today?
I'm so good. I'm happy to be here.
Where's your farm located at?
La Mesa, New Mexico.
Okay, La Mesa. I love it. Okay, awesome. So how this rolls is we just go around and we do a deep dive into each business, talk about anything upcoming that we want to push out, let everybody know who, what, when, or why, anything that you guys want to talk about, everything, all the different facets. Eric, welcome back. We had your kiddos on here in May, the one and only Audrey, and now they're like killing it in music school and all that kind of cool stuff. Both Max, because he's a drummer since like 3 or something like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Super cool kids. So let's go on and start with you guys. Your business just started in May, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So we started in May. And you also have this really neat program going on that you're offering for nonprofits.
Yes.
So just take it away. Tell us everything, who, what, when, where, why, what you have going on, what you're asking for, all the things.
All right. Well, first off, so we're Top Dog Roofing. As I said, this is Casey. I'm Eric. We started up in May. We have experience in the roofing industry.
Okay.
And the experiences that we've had, they haven't all been up to par with what you would expect. So certain things in dealing with the insurance, they make it fairly difficult to do some things.
Oh, sure.
And because of that, a lot of roofing companies don't want to undertake, the toll of having to go back and forth with them. And it was something that we just got tired of. There's so much money gets taken out of the community. And one of the things that I tell people is the insurance companies are there for you until you need them. And
you're not wrong, kid.
That sucks.
Then it's like you're just chasing them. It's like, just call me back.
And so that's what this was birthed out of. I just got tired of it, and I was like, now we're going to start holding people's feet to the fire.
Awesome.
So we wanted to kind of raise the bar, and our whole thing is protecting our pack. We're local. We were born here, raised here. The city means everything to us. And we really want to do what we can to help make sure that everything is done proper. So we started up Top Dog Roofing with the sole purpose of leading the pack is what our motto is, because we want to establish a certain level of consistency so that you know what to expect. It's not from one guy to the next. There's, this warranty, that warranty, or you can't get a hold of them. So we're here to stay, and we're looking to build with the community. And so that's exactly why we started this initiative. So essentially what it is it's open to any nonprofits. Right now, we're specifically looking at churches. Okay. And so we're getting in with churches and letting them know that anybody that goes through their church and does any sort of re-roof with us, we give them a $500 discount off the top. Dope. And then we also make a $500 donation to whatever.
Shut your mouth. That is so cool. So you guys are like working together essentially, yeah? Like,
that's the hope, and that's the goal.
That's awesome.
Like I said, we want there to be a standard. For me, I feel like that's the biggest issue that I've had dealing with contractors here.
Sure,
Is,
sure, sure.
is that standard? So we're hoping to, like I said, lead the pack, and then defend our community against.
That's a big thing there too. You know, like not you're not doing it alone. And I've heard other, like people say that we'll help you with the insurance, and honestly, that's what you need. You know, so you guys are gonna help your customers handle the insurance like a company. They'll come out, do the inspection and all that stuff. You'll be there with them, making sure that they're not missing anything or forgetting to see something or whatever it is. And then is there anything else that you want to mention on that front?
Well, so I did really want to touch on Miss Jorgensen's situation. So we were approached by her just to come out, do an inspection, see what we have, and it's horrific. It's really bad.
Where's she located around?
In the Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a what's the name of the mobile home park?
The Robin Hood or?
I have a hold on.
That's okay. We don't need to know that. It's
maybe
not.
Not call them out.
Yeah. But it's on the Northeast. So and she's been living there for a while.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been her home. I mean, I didn't ask her how long she'd specifically been in this mobile home park. But yeah, I mean, it's her home. She's in her 90s. Her daughter, I want to say, is close to 80.
Man.
So yeah, they're older and they don't have the means to get this done. So we let her know that trying to patch it and trying to
temporary fixes.
It's too far gone for that. There's nothing that we can do on that aspect of it. And she let us know that she doesn't have the means. So we just kind of got to spitballing and decided that this is what we were going to do. So far, we have All Precision Metals that has said that they're going to donate any of the metal, drip edge, and all that good stuff. So we appreciate that. So shout out to All Precision. But yeah, it's not just monetary. We do have a GoFundMe for Mrs. Jorgensen. It's linked in our bio on IG.
Okay.
So anybody can go check it out.
Any donations help. Yeah.
Even
if you have like extra stuff at home that you're not using, or like, what are some of the things you guys are looking for, asking for? What is she needing? Is there like a not Amazon list, but like a wish list, a registry, kind of thing?
That's a good idea. We haven't done anything.
Home Depot or something like that, where you can get some of the
absolutely.
parts and people just help get them off the list for you guys.
That's a great idea.
I want to say, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it's a home store off of Dyer, in the northeast side of town.
Oh yeah, it's
Resource
something.
something. But it's like it's recycled, not recycled, but it's like items that people don't use anymore. They donate them there, and you buy them for very cheap. Windows, wood, tile, literally all kinds of clothing. Like they have all kinds of different stuff there. I'll try and get that name.
Okay.
There's one like that in Cruces too.
Oh, okay.
And it's a steel yard as well.
What?
And it's like just full on sheet. Is it sheets of
Yeah.
steel?
Yeah,
What do you call it?
Yeah.
A sheet?
Sheet metal. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I wouldn't. I'm like,
Yeah.
What
oh.
do we call this? But yeah, I'll send it to Annie or you guys.
That's
There's
great.
One in the industrial district, like where like UPS and all that stuff
Awesome.
is in Cruces. There's a huge yard.
Dude, so cool. See, we never would have known this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I've
awesome.
originally
I
known
love that so
yeah.
much.
I'm like, I'm gonna go see this.
But yeah, so we're accepting for the GoFundMe, but also like I said, fasteners, nails.
She does need a skirt.
Skirting for the mobile home.
What does that mean?
Just like on the bottom
For
under the mobile home.
It doesn't show the underneath.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the kind of white skirting.
Because and on your all's page, you guys do have a post on it where people can see pictures of the current condition and the items that are like the things that are needed to be replaced. Yeah. And I highly encourage you guys go and check it out. How do people find you on social media so they can go and do that also?
So we're at Top Dog Roofing _TX on Instagram.
Awesome.
We also have topdogroofingtx.com.
Okay.
That you can go to. But yeah, all of our stuff's there. Like I said, the GoFundMe's linked in the bio. You can find all of our information.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we went and talked about your all's a nonprofit program, Mrs. Jorgensen. And again, we do want to I want to just circle around with her. We do have a deadline of October 12th. That is, August blew by. It's already over. Next week it's September. So it's going to go by super fast. She is very nervous.
Yes.
And with every right, she's in her 90s.
Yeah.
And again, her daughter is near 80. They need this to be done. They need our help.
Absolutely.
Our community needs our help. She is asking us for help. So if you guys have any means, like any way to help, donate, any extra material at home, maybe you guys need shingles or like what is it for the roof?
She's got a shingle roof, and I mean right now it's all sort of mismatched and all sorts of missing shingles. She's got the wood is actually exposed. Her decking is wide open for the world to see.
Yeah. Are you? I'm sorry. No.
On the pinned video on the Instagram, you can see on the roof she has a pretty big gap on there.
Yeah,
so you can even tell.
Like missing slots and everything too. And essentially, are you guys like brand new from scratch roof, right? Or how is this working? Yeah, right. Because you said you can't patch and
No, we have to pull off the shingles, the underlayment, the existing roof system. We have to replace the wood decking as well because it's been exposed. So the biggest threat to your roof is the UV, and we've got it in just buckets out here.
Yeah.
And so with it being exposed for that long.
Can you imagine how hot she is this summer?
Oh, yeah.
Poor lady. And then the winter's coming. We just really want to help her.
Yes.
I think it's super awesome that you guys are doing this. You guys just started. It's there's a lot of overhead when you're first starting a business, so it's very generous in general. So thank you for doing that for our community. El Paso, if you can share this information or donate yourself, whatever everything helps. Whatever you can do, parts, pieces. How big is this roof? Like square foot, like anything like that? That numbers
it's just under 2,000 square feet.
Okay, awesome. And then again, make sure to follow Top Dog Roofing _ Texas TX on Instagram. Are you on Facebook too?
No, not on Facebook right now.
Not yet.
We're working on
Not
getting
yet.
over there, but
okay.
not yet.
And then Instagram, just open a page and then click the little button and it'll post on the Facebook at the same time.
All right.
I'm the marketing
There you go.
girl, and it's I'm gonna be that annoying big sister to everybody because I love everybody in the city and I want them to succeed. And it's just another platform for the older community too, right? So, Instagram, and of course you can get their website and their GoFundMe link for Mrs. Jorgensen there. And hopefully, if you guys have any messages, just reach out to them and they'll help you out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
All
definitely.
right. Thank you guys.
One other thing that I
Yeah.
wanted to show you that we're excited about.
Show me.
So we're gonna get away from talking about the GoFundMe.
Whoa,
So
look
this
how
is something
pretty that is.
that we're looking to make, like I said, one of the staples here in El Paso. So what this is it's a stone coated
It's metal.
shingle.
It's
Yeah,
not-
it's
I
metal.
thought it was like soft, like AstroTurf.
Mm-mm.
And it's
It is.
light.
Yeah, it's
and
lightweight.
That's so smart.
The warranty on this thing. It's like a 60-year warranty.
60 years?
Yes, ma'am.
I wish I would have known you during COVID when I had to change my
This is
roof.
so cool.
And they come in different styles. So this is meant to look like a slate. Then you've got your tile.
Calavera.
They have other ones that look like shingle.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is a new game. You guys are bringing...
You should trademark this.
Well,
shit.
and so
I'm like, are you sure we should do this
We're
video
listening.
right now?
Shut it down.
Pause. You guys see it first here. The date is the what? The 26th or something of
Yeah.
August. It's been done. It's on camera. We have
you
proof.
dated that.
We have
Yep,
proof.
Thank
there
you.
it is.
Will someone get a newspaper? No.
You're covered.
But so this is what we're looking to transition to. There are so many beautiful tile roofs out here. Unfortunately, this climate is horrible for it. It dries them out, it cracks them, and once your tiles start lifting, it exposes the underlayment. And once that underlayment is exposed, there's no going back.
Oh no.
It's a matter of time before you're getting water in there, and we got to replace the whole thing. So we're looking at doing something that's a lot more effective.
Finally, new materials,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah,
come on.
yes, yeah, especially out here.
Yeah.
It's just so practical for being
This
out
is
here.
awesome.
And the thing is with that warranty, it is transferable. So you buy it, you say you get it, you put it on your roof, and someday one of your best friends decides that she's gonna move out to I don't know. She wants to go to Florida. You want to go to Florida with her? We're gonna go and retire to Florida. She's got a kid here. She wants to. Let her stay at Annie's
Life
house.
be
right?
laughing.
Yeah. Let's let her stay at Annie's house, right? You transfer that over, and now she's got the warranty to take care of her roof as well.
Oh, so the warranties are transferable.
Yes.
Wow,
Yep. So
that's
whether you're
dope.
selling, whether
Which is
it's
a
forever
big
home.
issue in El Paso, kind of what we were talking about earlier, because we were looking at some houses last year, And it was the roofs that were giving us a hard time because the roof was crap. We don't know if the previous owner cashed in on that money and didn't invest it back in the money. And then they expect us to put the new roof and not lower the price of the house. You're out of your freaking mind.
Yes.
I can imagine how many houses are sitting on the market right now and need this.
Yes. Yeah.
And then again,
Absolutely.
yeah, because we can't even get new insurance on that roof.
Right. Right.
You know,
That's
so
one
it's
of
a
the
whole
other
game.
things.
Wait a minute, can you bring that back? Because that looks like thatching, sir, which I've heard is not allowed in El Paso. But this type would be.
Yep.
I'm a nerd, right? Like this is the stuff we talk about on our free time.
Yeah.
This is cool. And I do have a question because it's metal under, so it's not too heavy for the roof, and it doesn't bring in extra heat or anything like that.
No. So it's coated on top, right? Okay. So this is what's giving you your UV bounce back. So the stone coating is helping alleviate any sort of the heat that you would expect from your metal roof. So that's the whole reason why we want to transition to this, because right now the roofs that you do see are R panel or standing seam, and they heat up pretty quickly. So that's what we're trying to avoid with this as well.
And like less issues like melty and stuff like that.
Right. Yep. That's the other thing is that your asphalt shingles, if you get up there to do any sort of maintenance or anything, you really got to watch what time of day you're up there because it does damage the shingles. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's another thing that just either eludes people's thoughts or is just something that they think, oh, it'll be fine. But in the long term, it's not fine.
Yeah.
The other part is that you're, I'm guessing, doing this faster than a heavier, like, for example, this tile.
Yes.
So you're also saving the money in a way, in another way.
Yeah, is it a better
You're
price on...
way less time.
Great price on that.
That's brilliant.
You are correct.
That's so cool.
It takes a lot less time, that's for sure.
Awesome. And the pricing on that is?
So on something on a comparable shingle roof, something like this, you're looking like anywhere between 12 and 15% more in
for
price.
60 years, bro.
Right. And
it's
that's
3 times the length.
And
I'm just saying.
And not just that, but because it's not asphalt and it's not heating up your roof, that's also taking into account that your AC is not going to be working as hard.
What?
Yeah.
El Paso.
We're trying to help with that electricity.
Oh, my Lanta.
El
Paso.
Yeah, right?
I love this.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool... I had no idea you had that hiding under this table. That's awesome.
So,
I love it.
All sorts of, like I said, different variations
Dude,
of what it can look like.
This is the kind of roofing company I'm behind. Modern roofing. I love it. I love it. Did we cover everything, guys?
I believe so.
Yeah? Well, real quick, I like to ask everybody, what type of marketing do you do? Do you have any tips or advice for businesses out there? I have been asking if you're using AI, but honestly, I don't even care anymore. And then, is there an ask from the community?
The ask really is for Mrs. Jorgensen right now. That's really what we're looking to put all of that effort into. But as far as the nonprofits go, we like I said, we're really into the community. We grew up playing sports, so we want to get behind sports teams. My kids are in music. We're looking to sponsor anybody, trying to get some classes. So we really want to build this for the community and not just, as a kind of standalone. It would be awesome if Top Dog could grow into this kind of multifaceted industry, touching on the different things, maybe even getting into farming.
Right? Dude, because you could build chicken coops and stuff like that with those things, Like, absolutely. I have a friend who has a business where they build the sheds, the smaller sheds or tiny homes. They can even convert them into that, But, like, I wouldn't even hook you up with him so that way you can try and sell him these new roofs for the thing. Dude, I'm going to tell you, you can be like, stop at any time for me, okay? Because I might bombard you with some messages. Okay,
cool. As far as marketing goes, as you can see, we have door hangers, we've got flyers, so we still do the, pounding the pavement. But we're on IG. We're working on getting on Facebook. But really, it's we do rely on word of mouth a lot.
Sure.
And stuff like this. We figure if we're out in the community, you're going to get seen regardless.
Licensed and bonded. Love it. Awesome, guys. Did we, and then one more time, how people can find you?
Top Dog Roofing _TX on Instagram, and then Top Dog Roofing tx.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Top roofing company on Google.
Oh yeah, you can find us on Google. I know it's dependent upon where it is that you're searching from,
Mhm.
but right now anybody searching on the east side, we're the first roofing company that comes up.
Okay.
So hit us up. Let us know what you need. We do complimentary roof health analysis.
Okay.
So we'll go up there, take pictures, get video, and let you know what it is that we're seeing. That way, there's that complete transparency
Mhm.
the whole time.
I love that. Like it's so appreciated. Like, you know, I don't know. People just want to feel safe, you know what I mean? And then you're going to get more referrals from that and everything. And like my mechanic was doing that. I was somewhere else today when they were doing that. It just, a home inspector. I'm going to do a post tomorrow. And yeah, when people actually communicate, you want to use them more, you know? So give them a call, 915-358-1189 or 915-234-8774, and they will help you out. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right. What's up, Miss
That
Susan?
was awesome.
Right?
Have you heard of La Casa? They make trailers in Las Cruces.
Ooh.
And they might donate a skirt.
Okay, dang.
I've seen
okay.
them in some stuff where they like donate for like golf tournaments
That's
and stuff.
awesome.
And it's called La Casa.
All right.
And they make like a ton of trailers. I see them all over the place.
Cool.
Heck
Yeah,
yes.
Yes. That's so great. Alright, it's on my to-do list to check out her GoFundMe page.
Right?
After
So much.
this.
Aw, that's awesome.
Got that written down.
All right. So, Susan, you're here with Calhoun Flower Farms, La Mesa, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you guys been around? Like, how did this all start? You said your sister started this with you, or tell me about it.
Yeah, so I have two sisters.
Okay.
To go into the little bit of history that is American flowers, I think one of the best ways to kind of build a bridge between that and other like consumer society is fast flowers, fast fashion, and fast food.
Okay.
We are in that category actually. So about I think it was 1970, 1980. Up until then, we were growing the majority of our own flowers, and then that dramatically switched to 80% being grown in Ecuador and other states, and that was when
Oh.
Pablo Escobar was in power. This was an attempt to create a healthy import-export relationship with Southern American countries. And so what that did was, stereotypically, and it is factual, a very rich, privileged man figured out that roses grow straight on the equator, which is where the luxury look of long stem roses came from. It's not romantic at all. It is purely a logistical source.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
it goes into a point that I'm making with my sister where we realize that is a frequency, that is a emotional reaction that goes into another place and has a ripple effect, just like food
Mhm.
and fashion, right?
Mhm.
Those are all creative. Those are also things that can nurture our souls. And all of those things have been exploited at this
Mhm,
point.
mhm.
And so my older sister, Emily, visited Ecuador at the beginning of 2000, early 2000s. And she saw some of these farms going on. I mean, it's also contributing to a lot of greenhouse gases. A lot of they're manipulating flowers to bloom at a certain rate, along with straightening things. I have a point to this. What this has done is contribute to the perfectionism and the consumership of this country, and not settling for anything less than perfect. Therefore, also creating this horrible interpretation that imperfection is bad.
Oh, that's so America. You know, like.
And so the biggest question we would get is like, do you have sunflowers? It's December. So there's a morphed interpretation of availability, which also then puts an extreme amount of unnecessary pressure on the farmer
Okay.
to be perfect,
Yeah.
to output, which is where the generational systemic issue of chemical use has happened over the last 150 years. Oh, well, we just got denied. We have a hole in our apple, and the whole shipment was refused. So this began to happen in, pun intended, truckloads. And so then the farmer began chemical use. And so this massive perfectionist interpretation has bled into the flower industry. And so what it has done, and I come from events, and so my sister saw this happening and wanted to start farming again.
Okay.
And so she started farming in Mesilla, and she would trade farm work to use people's front yards to grow flowers.
Oh.
And she started at farmers markets. And the education of growing flowers in the desert was so low by like 2005, between 2005 and 2010. We were fully, on camera, rejected from Las Cruces farmers market.
What?
Because we were told that we were buying the flowers and designing them. The comprehension was truly not there. I will say they are
Wow.
much more open-minded.
Good.
We've fully progressed.
You made
They're
the
awesome.
wave, yeah.
But that was a full-on denial from someone that was saying they would support a local farmer.
Yeah,
They
and
were
the
like,
thing is, like, as
pretty
long as
flowers cannot be grown in the desert. I'm telling you right
Wow.
now, the borderland is magic.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So what happened was basically I moved from Colorado, and I was actually estranged from my family at the time. And my sister offered me $20, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, and she was like, "I'll pay you $20 to go pull weeds in this field." I was like, "Hell yeah! I need money right now."
Take what you can do. Yeah, we do what we can do. Or what we
I
can,
was
we
like,
do what we need to.
$20,
Yeah.
let's freaking go. So I show up at like 6:30 in the morning, and I see the sunrise, and I was just like, I'm sold. I'm here. So that was the beginning, and she had made the list on Martha Stewart's.
Shut your mouth.
Martha Stewart publishes a top 50 florist designers in the country, and she was published.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart, the like perfect means perfect.
It gets
like,
better. We have
wow.
another Martha Stewart.
That's wild, dude.
Story. So basically, she made the decision to move north in order to pursue Santa Fe and Albuquerque clientele. And at that time, she was leasing a flower field in a pecan orchard. And so my family is a 4th generation pecan farmer. And on my mom's side, we're 5th generation ranchers.
What the heck? Like, dude, you're made for
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
And so I was the kid, though, that was like, I am going to sell art. I love art and art history. And I was like, I'm going to New York. Fuck all of you. I'm going to sell art. I'm never going to be a farmer.
Yeah.
And so when she offered me that $20, it just like, I fully forgot that.
Mhm.
But I incorporated art and art history in my entire 10 years.
You can tell.
And so I would go into like the history of Spartan soldiers and how Achillea, which is Achilles, right? We've heard this. So yarrow, which grows fantastically in the desert, was actually chosen over Spartans in battle more than a bandage because it would staunch wounds, it scabbed your skin, it lowered your acid in your stomach, it lowered your heart rate to calm yourself. So they would carry this flower in a battle, and I just couldn't get that out of my head. I'm like, these big Spartan soldiers are carrying flowers into battle, and that's what they choose. And I was just like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And, so I was like, okay, how can I use like my entire lack of training? Like I was a 19-year-old college dropout, and I got back a few years later, and I was like, okay, what do we do? And so I was like, yeah, fake it till you make it. So I was like, I'm a farmer now.
Yeah.
And so
You're always a farmer, girl. You just forgot.
and so we then moved to that property, which my grandparents live on, and they just moved. But that's why it's also private, so we keep it mysterious. If you try to Google us, you will go to my parents. They'll probably have you for dinner. But we always send the address later once you buy a ticket, primarily out of security and mystery.
That's dope. That's so cool.
So we progressed into weddings. That was what I thought we should do.
You come from
hustler.
events, yeah.
Yeah, and so I got really engulfed in it, and I realized I was in a place of healing also.
I bet that was just like the time by yourself, the tending to the garden, like just
Getting to sit and be deliberate.
Dude, and like
And having to use your
sunrises,
hands.
sunsets, like
And-
that's God's time.
Well,
That's
the
so
circadian
cool.
rhythm really is something, and it really is about like the ripple effect of what you put into yourself
Yeah.
and what you don't. And so when I was drinking, I noticed that like my flower quality was horrible, actually,
Wow.
compared to now. And it's all about frequency and
Yeah.
what you put into it.
Mhm.
And I think about where I was or what I was thinking when I put the seeds in the ground. And I'm like, oh, well, that makes
That's
sense.
right.
Like when
And-
the grandma was making salsa, and you're like, damn,
Mhm.
she was mad.
Yeah.
Like,
That is a perfect example.
Yeah.
And so I realized that later. And so my journey was going through my own version of perfectionism because I was in this pleasing mode where I was like, oh my God, I get to talk to my family again. And this is so great. And so I dove into weddings. And that was incredible because I created within myself a lot of standards. But it also has this perfectionist
Mhm.
view. And I realized that was no way to educate people about growing flowers in the desert.
okay.
And so we started, the pandemic happened,
Mhm.
and 2020 we were fully booked. That was supposed to be our biggest year. In weddings, the year before, I think we did over 100 events in 8 months. So it was
Jiminy
built-
cricket.
it was
Wow.
building,
Yeah.
and
What is it now? Like, oh, wow.
we almost nothing, and that's intentional.
Oh.
So basically, the pandemic happened, and we saw like flowers go to people that like truly needed them, and like within 3 weeks in April, from April 1st to April 21st, we gave back all of our deposits. So everything was canceled,
Mhm.
and we were like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do?"
Yeah. That's our business.
And
And
we
it's.
watched a lot of our flowers die, but
Oh,
then we
no.
began talking to Whole Foods, and so that began the transition into quality and quantity.
That's awesome.
And so what it did is began to raise a standard of what people were receiving. And so from the pandemic, we fully pivoted. And basically, ever since, it's been different. But we started from Emily, my older sister. And then my sister, my mom, and I did what I kind of explained, which was expand in quality ground and distribute through weddings and design work. And then from the pandemic, we had this massive pivot, and we were like, we're going to lose our business. And that's what taught me to have multiple options. Like, I love what you guys talked about. Like, you're helping the community, and you're also having this business that has this standard
Mhm.
that gets to your goals also. And that's what changed for me, is I was all goal oriented, all hustle oriented, but my mental health was insanely in the lowest of lows. And I was like, there still has, everyone says, like, if you own a business, you have a mental illness. And I was like, I can
That
relate
kinda
to
checks
that.
out a
Like,
little, yeah.
And so I was like, but how can we
It's fair.
change that, though? And so the pandemic did that for us, because we witnessed, like, what it was doing for people in their homes.
Mhm.
And so our standards changed. And so then we were published last year as the top 30 most futuristic and
Futuristic.
quality.
That is such a
Awesome.
great description of you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Innovative farmers. And it's wild because we're in a book with people that we started following 10 years ago and looked up to.
You're in a book?
I'll send you one.
What
the
idols
heck,
become your rivals?
dude?
Yeah,
This is
and-
Martha
and-
Stewart.
Awesome.
Like, what
We
the-
were the
this
only
is
ones in New
amazing.
Mexico. These are all people in New York. These are all states that have water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the main
Nobody
difference.
thought it could happen here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it really, this place is magic, and actually you can use the desert to your advantage, and the sun is our most valuable asset.
Sure.
And so using farm techniques and creating very innovative ways, like we had a volunteer come in, so we started incorporating education, and we're like, use your hands. So
Mhm.
we use buckets. We sell bulk buckets of flowers. Use your hands. We'll give you a recipe. You make it yourself. It also allows for people to break the stigma of like flowers being luxurious.
Mhm.
And so back to that percentage at the beginning, we're down 6%. So the percentage is beginning to change in America. More people are starting to grow their own things. And so we've pivoted to show people how to do things with their hands. So I broke down our design work, which has been published internationally. Our cosmos, our flowers, were on the cover of British Vogue 2 years ago. And this is featured in a place with greens, and it was grown in the desert.
Wow.
There was a famous designer out of Marfa, Texas, that flew everything in, and he may or may not have been the CEO of Blackstone, and his daughter was getting married. And they ordered all of the flowers that die in the desert and had them shipped into the desert. So they were like, oh my God, we need flowers. So they call, and we provide all of these dahlias, and they make it to the cover of Martha Stewart.
Wow.
And
when was this?
It was, I have to look it up, early 2021.
Wow.
Or 2019.
Yeah.
Before or after the pandemic.
Okay.
And then the British Vogue one was at a place called Los Poblano in Albuquerque, but my sister purchased local. That's part of her principle. She looks at local farmers first. So we're all over here. I'm going to straighten it. But after the pandemic, we focused on education, and what that did was actually create a much more loyal fan base when you don't gatekeep, when you don't put up this perfectionist thing that I was contributing to in weddings. And now for our weddings, we've made this standard where it's color theory only. I will take in your wants for a color palette, but I will provide what I have blooming. And then that also allows me to sift through the clients that are truly aligned for me and will not challenge my prices, which, as we know, I call this the Bermuda Triangle of pricing. And so what that did was provide a better service to the people supporting us, and then it also created a loyalty, because now I am super transparent. If I mess up, I've messed up a lot this year. We have a lot of announcements coming, and so I'm like, okay, this is what we need to get better at. And so that's something I learned, is that I was so engrossed when I started a business on the you're so vulnerable already, and so you feel like you have to protect yourself and stuff, and you really aren't alone. And so by being vulnerable and showing our secrets, like I tell everyone my background. I don't have formal training. I have history with alcoholism and addiction, but it allows to create that bridge. And so the workshops, I was always asked to do workshops, and so teaching them how to do our designs creates a less intimidating environment too. Like, it's just so prestigious, and everyone sees something on Pinterest and it's actually $5,000 and your budget's $1,000. It creates this really intense thing. And so when you have people out and they get to come and create and use their hands, it inspires them to grow. And so I would say, you wanted to ask about what I would recommend growing.
Yeah, because with the climate of everything the way it is right now, you saw I was at Desert Spoon last week showing people where they could buy fruits and vegetables. I'm even, if anybody's out there, I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking about starting their own garden at home. I do not have a green thumb. I told you guys I'm not even allowed to buy plants. So I'm not the one to give that advice. So I thought I'd have experts on to help with that.
The biggest thing, if you've gotten through my TED Talk, is that
I
the
love
biggest
it.
thing is a ripple effect and multi-purpose. So you can make a lot of things that are simple, and my biggest thing is, again, a frequency and where are you in this time and place when you're growing something, now that you're aware that it really does matter what you're eating and that it affects how you feel later. I would say start growing saffron. I think everyone should grow it. It's valuable. And also, you need maybe 5 inches to grow about $30 worth of saffron that you can store. It has a shelf life. It's valuable.
Yeah.
It affects your mental health, because when I was depressed, I have a few different things I'm working through, and I was just like, okay, what are we working here? As someone who's always working on sobriety, you always have to kind of work on your limitations and being okay with that. And so I was like, all right, I'm feeling low today. And so I started putting saffron under my tongue every day for 2 weeks. And by the end of the 2 weeks, I was literally dancing to The Weeknd in the mirror. Like every day.
Girl, I
Like,
need to
was
try
just
some
like,
saffron.
And so I was just this
Right.
really different person. And I found out that's literally what saffron does. It lubricates your mind, stomach, and everything else that you need. And
Like, of all the things, jalapenos, tomatoes, saffron?
saffron.
Yes.
That's why it's so
I want people
expensive.
Yes.
to be healthy and wealthy in so many different ways.
And we can grow
live
that
a
here.
rich life. Yes,
Yeah.
you don't even need soil. You can put it in a wooden box.
What?
YouTube it. I actually
Wow.
found more success not nurturing it.
Okay.
And so for people that are like, I have no green thumb.
There it
Yes,
is,
me.
yep.
I want
I'm
to grow
getting
some
you
saffron.
because it's literally again, multi-purpose. You can store it. It's not going to get moldy. It has a price of more than gold, and they equivalent a pound of saffron to a kilo of cocaine on the black market.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Because there's
And
different types, right?
there's
like
also a lot of fake out
types.
there.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
how do you tell? Well, you
can
grow
get
it.
tested,
Mhm.
but you can also simply in a glass of water. Depending on how potent it is, that's how dark the water will get. But now people are starting to do this like saffron water,
Teas
and
and
so
stuff,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay,
You guys have
what's
seen this?
Yes.
What
yeah.
the heck? I missed the
Yeah.
boat
So
on
it's
this.
like the ripple effect.
So
Like when
excited.
you're getting stronger as a person, the better you're gonna grow something.
Yeah.
And so that's my number one.
Okay.
Number two, if you're wanting to eat, which we all do. So I mean, calabasitas is like hard. And
Oh
true.
yeah.
I love growing squash. Super easy. You need like one seed. The other part is like some people are like, how am I going to grow this? I actually didn't even have money for raised beds. So I went and got used tire. And you fill it with dirt and you just put the seed in the used tire. And the tire heats the seed with our amazing sun. So you actually get a production rate faster than other places, which is like flowers. Flowers we produce way faster than other places.
And multiple times. Like our rose garden, I live right down the street. Dude, that thing will bloom like 5-6 times a year.
the succession rate is higher.
Yeah.
And so you being proud of the desert will help it do its thing for you.
Yeah.
And
Have
so,
to understand it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and so growing marigolds with a flower, with a vegetable is crucial. And so I always say zinnias or marigolds with your vegetables.
which you can get marigolds at the farm, no?
Yes, we have 3 sizes and our quality is pristine. And we're very, very picky about what we give back out. It's another kind of thing that's going on right now. The government is taking charge of being in charge of the majority of seed vaults. And
The government
so,
doesn't overstep.
Oh, what?
Here?
Government
Seed
overstep?
vault?
Are you
What
kidding?
government person? And so that's another thing for farmers and for people to save their own seeds and like hold on to those.
And like that's
because-
what I'm curious to. How do we even like? I ate these bomb plums the other day. I got 3 pits, but they've been sitting in this Tupperware thing for like a week or 2.
The quickest thing is going to be hormone powder. When it comes to the pits of fruit, they're all different actually. So I don't have a lot of advice on that.
Sure.
But when my other preference actually to grow something is going to be a pomegranate or a fig tree because you can use almost every part of that plant. You can use it for juice, fruit, snacks, but also it's cool for decorations in the winter. It's multi-use, right? You can use it for greenery. And then same with figs. You can use that in a tea, syrup, jam, snacks. And it's a great environmental thing for your landscape. So I always try to recommend though flowers with vegetables because marigolds, for example, they do exactly what they do scientifically that they do spiritually. They protect against bad bugs and bring in the good bugs.
Oh, that's cool.
And so when you put that with vegetables, it detracts from
It's
bugs.
protecting your yard. It's a natural
Exactly.
protector.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's edible.
Plant science, man.
So it's so cool.
awesome.
So let's see. I think So the other one, if you really want to nerd out, this is one
I'm nerding out. Let's do it.
So, loofah. I'm obsessed.
Oh, is that
because,
cucumber? What is loofah?
Girl, I don't even know. And I will get back to her on this. Again, educate yourself.
Yeah.
There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a lot, and then I'm like, I still gotta figure this
Yeah.
out. So the other thing is gonna be loofah. So we in the industry and weddings, like we have used so much flower foam, it's gross, and we are putting that into the oceans. And so again, consumerism and having these perfect weddings, and again, weddings are really cool, and there's nothing wrong with celebrating love at all.
Mm-hmm.
Ask
be dynamic,
yourself if it's wholesome
Yeah.
and there's a story to be told, because those are the best events I've ever done is when I emulate the couple's story over what they saw in a Pinterest board.
Yeah.
And again, ripple effect. And so loofahs are now the newest substitute for foam for florists.
That's so smart.
When you soak a loofah, it's literally like foam. And then you can also use it later, like if you really want to do. But I like loofah because it also, like, it's really beautiful. It's grown a lot in Mexico, and like you can use it in archways, and it's just this dramatic plant that looks like it belongs in Harry Potter. And it's like,
called loofah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loofah, you've used one like in the bathtub, probably like loofah gloves.
Well, I mean, I've had people gift them to me and they grow them, and that's why I'm like, what is this from? Like a cucumber? Like, what is this? Like,
what Annie's gonna send us loofah soap next Christmas. She's like
look what I did.
And so it's been so cool because I would not be having this conversation with you if we were still doing weddings.
Yeah.
And so going with the flow of being versatile in your business, and
100%. You have to let go of the reins a little, right? And like let it go.
do.
Annie's Adventures is not what it started off 13 and a half years ago. It's taken its own way.
It goes into, again, I admire you guys so much for what you're doing because you're still having this standard. Like I've been to so many business conferences where people are like, what's your why? And now I'm like, like it's so cute. It is. I'm not. I use humor a lot.
Yeah.
So, but what I realize is it really is your how. Like my why has changed.
Yeah.
At least 5 times since I started.
Like the original is not what it is now.
Oh,
it's morphed.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not even.
Like I don't remember
person anymore. But I am to my core. But like
experiences have shown you a different way. Yeah.
And so
so cool.
I never thought I would be doing any of this. And so, but embracing the things that I've been stereotyped against: addiction, alcoholism, not being married, having kids, or having a college degree. Like none of those things. And
I'm right there with you, girl. It's a
really
different
just
world.
Pushing through, and you're like, okay, if I can make this work, I can do it. So it's just kind of about like embracing the adventure and the creativity, and creativity has been at the butt of like embracing the dark parts of being a human and turning them into
That's so
shit.
cool.
Well,
even like everything, your packaging, this looks like a CD album cover from like
the
early 2000s, early the 90s when I could read the words of the songs, dude. I know when I read that, this is the first thing I pulled out of the bag. I was like, what?
When you used to be able to read the words now.
Yes. This is
With
beautiful.
marketing, yeah, I think I've learned this too as a sidebar. I think we talked about the cannabis industry. I purchased the business 2 years ago.
I'm sorry?
And I purchased the Calhoun Flower Farms business 2 years ago from my parents, and they were my partners.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal, dude.
It is a big. It's in that weird stage, you know, where you're like, whoa.
Like I did this. I'm like,
I did this.
Yeah.
And then, but it's been so cool to see it.
You bought a farm.
I bought a business, so the land is leased.
Okay, got you.
And so after that happened, it was I needed most purchases of businesses like go on forever, and I really did not want that.
Sure.
And so I took on a second job. Something I'm super passionate about, and advocating for cannabis. And so that's my job that actually helps pay off my debt to the purchase of the farm.
Okay.
And I work for Prohibition 37. And Prohibition 37 is a social justice driven company that is about repealing the lies of 1937. The Marijuana Tax Act was taxing hemp that was currently legal at that time and creating a very healthy economy, actually. But what this tax act did was the government created a very successful negative racial propaganda campaign that we are still experiencing to this day. And so the company I got to work for is all about the education of this plant and the acceptance that everyone is different, and then this is going to take a long time to unlearn certain things, and everyone has their own experience with it. I grew up in a conservative household, and so that was not used at all, and so I absolutely grew up with a polar opposite experience, and I think a lot of people have. And so just fully understanding what this plant can do, and seeing the true danger of alcohol in my personal experience is something I just want to advocate for. So it's just a testament that like you can be passionate about two things and they can help each other, and they all work together. I will be announcing something really exciting with both, and it's just going with the flow and being open to what flowers can create. More than just what's on your table.
That's awesome. Well, when's that announcement coming out so we can watch and follow to get that information?
March 2027. In the meantime, we will be expanding to another farm. And so we will be focusing with Whole Foods from May 1st next. Well, we were statewide with them.
Cool.
We grew 300% in 18 months, and that's something I will tell you I don't fully recommend.
No,
like, are you
like,
sleeping?
So many people are like,
are you eating?
And that was right
Call
before
me
I
if you need,
purchased the business, and I was like, well, I just bought this, and I'm now like, wow, this many employees. So I had to morph into being a bit more versatile, and so. But that's where Whole Foods come in, because we stopped distributing this year to prepare for next year, and they're calling us and they're like, your quality is still what we need. And so having those standards, like, they're calling, and they work with global buyers all over the place, and they're still like, what do we need to do to get you back? And
your name's being spoken around those tables.
And so they've approved something. Our flowers will never go beyond New Mexico.
Okay.
Because they choose to support the next local farmer.
That's great.
And so, but things that represent New Mexico and stay true to us can. And so they've chosen, I presented 3 years ago, and this year they've approved it. This isn't the other announcement. There's a lot.
I'm excited. I'm here for it, girl.
But we started designing ristras, which is a New Mexican tradition.
Those,
and,
the holiday ones.
They want those to go everywhere.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna start that. But again, if I had just been like, I have to stay on this path. I have to.
You never would have.
I have to stay in weddings, which were killing me, and I admire so many people. It wasn't for me at that time mentally, and so. By pivoting, I've found a whole other world and community that I would have never met.
That's why you never pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, and that's another contradiction. I swear to God, I'm drunk. But like, I still believe in niching yourself.
Sure.
But don't pigeonhole yourself to where you can't post anything else except for that. And I'm like, there's so much more to flowers. So I feel you. Like, you're like, don't pigeonhole. Yeah. But niche.
Yes, find your lane.
It's so maybe it is mental illness. Like, okay.
Silly.
So, but it's so cool to just like interact with people, and it really is like the experience.
Yeah. It's amazing. Dude, like, when did you start this? How many years ago? 2016.
We took a year-long break.
So 10 years.
2023 to 2024.
Okay.
So 2027 will be our 10th anniversary. And it will be the shedding and the beginning of
the next.
Dude,
10 years ago, would you have imagined yourself?
No, it has gone far and away. Anything I have ever imagined. And I've been living in my car, like, literally I was like, oh my god, that would be so cool if I had like all this responsibility. And, like,
Right, it's that whole like we used to pray for this moment, you know,
Yeah,
like for
and
this stress.
It's my keys. I always look at my keys. I don't have a lot right now, but I remember when I was living in my car, I was like, God, I don't have any keys on here. I have no responsibility. And I'm like, I would give anything to give away these keys.
Just
But I was like, no, like this is so cool. I got keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got dishes in my sink. Like that's so cool. And anyway,
It's a beautiful problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. That's again hard work and just keep going. You know what I mean? Like it's a freaking roller coaster and you just got to enjoy the ride, right? And when the ride's not fun anymore, get off is what I've always said. But that's so cool. I'm so excited I got to hear more and learn more about you and your farm. I'm excited to go check it out. Like I really want to go check out your farm.
hell yeah.
And I do know, like, again, it is private. So there's ticket sales. You mentioned that. So tell me about the events, and you have something coming up too.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing U-picks of different varietals. So
U-picks.
eucalyptus for the next few weeks. You can come and cut your own eucalyptus, another multi-use plant.
Yeah.
We'll teach you about it. We also have a workshop at Wind Down this month.
Okay.
For Re-Stress. And then in October, we're doing an entire marigold series of healing. So
Beautiful.
we have a professional dye artist from Juarez coming to teach you how to use marigold into different forms of upcycling. And then we will have a spring planting farm workshop in October on what to expect.
There
for
you
spring.
go.
Spring is really fickle here because it's so hot
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
So we give a lot of tips for that. A lot
Okay.
of people start their seeds way too late. And so we'll talk about that. And then we'll be hosting a portrait workshop with Kelsey Kilcrease, and you will bring a photo of your lost loved one and paint it for Dia de los Muertos in
That's
the
amazing.
marigold field.
Wow, what an
Wow, that's
experience,
fantastic.
right?
That's awesome, yeah.
Dude!
She's the best.
And I'm telling you, everybody has to go and follow her. Like it's Calhoun Farms,
Flower
Farm. Sorry, follow her pages. You're gonna like. I always like people to go like follow them all, but go to Instagram because I feel like Instagram is like a magazine layout for people to just
It so
you know.
is.
And like your style is so cool, and like you have fun with what you do. It's not the standard, you know. Like I love flowers, right? And there's so many different cool
They're
farms around
cute.
town, and
Yeah.
they do different things and stuff like that. But like you're making guitar straps, you know. You're doing like just different style, like just whimsical kind of stuff. Just depends on what it is and what the item is and how. Like I just love it. I think it's gorgeous. It stands apart. I mean, so much so that Martha Stewart noticed it, twice? You know what I mean? So I highly recommend you guys check it out. I cannot recommend it enough. It's something that you have to, again, get your tickets to, and then you'll find out. It's so cool. It's kind of like So Far Sounds. Have y'all ever heard of that?
So far, so
Which just started up again in El Paso.
Okay.
It's a worldwide music series where people buy tickets about a month out. They don't know who the bands they're going to see. They don't know where it's at. You should do a So Far Sound. If
sweet.
you're interested,
That's a
I'll hook
good
you up.
idea.
I'll hook
Yeah.
you up with Matthew. Like
I'm
that would
down.
be like, and it will happen. I'm gonna see it in the
For fall.
future.
I feel like that would be a
Matthew, I'm
vibe
telling,
for
I'm talking
fall.
about you.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
So
Okay.
then it's an acoustic band. It's like 3 or 4 musicians. You don't know till you get there and are handed a piece of paper who the bands you're going to see and they're at, so you can tag them. And then you find out the address like the night before.
Right.
Oh,
That's
So
cool.
it's super cool. So it's
Yeah.
like this. It's like, yeah, come to our event and then we'll tell you where it's at. Like, I
And
love it
we've
so
ended
much.
up having people, like, even the people that, like, get lost or whatever, it's still the biggest adventure for
Yes.
them. And so, yeah, so we send you the address after you purchase the ticket. It goes into a whole insurance thing also, but it allows for a more intimate experience with nature, which I think is the biggest need right now in the entire world.
Oh,
right
100.
now.
I told
Just
you.
to touch grass.
Yes,
We all
yes.
need to touch
Come
that
grounding.
grass.
Yes.
Like,
I told you I'm running
Wonderful.
around like this whole summer. I've ran away from home
Yeah.
like maybe at least 3 weekends a month.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in Cloudcroft,
Cloudcroft,
dude.
yeah.
It's an hour and a half away. It's like 20 to 30 degrees cooler in the day.
And the videos are all beautiful. It's
Dude,
so
and
picturesque.
it's just like really has
Yeah.
helped my mental health so much. Like I don't even remember what I was stressed about
Yeah.
like in June. Honestly, like
what are you?
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
you know, yeah, it really is. And I heard someone saying up there when I started, I talk to everybody. I talk to the business owners, so they all know my little orange car, and it's people watching out for me, you know.
Yeah.
But I heard one guy who worked in the thrift store there say when him and his wife met, they got pregnant, and they decided to move to Cloudcroft to be closer to God. And ever since now, I was like, wow, that because like you're like just up there with the clouds and everything. And
With Cloud Country, did you ever go to that like little section in Cloudcroft? It's called Cloud Country.
Where's that?
It's like on a mountainside, and it's all these old school 1970s houses that
What?
were built. And
Sweet.
Cloud Country.
my mom, low key, my mom's best friend has a place there, and she let us borrow it once. It was like those old school log cabin
A-frames?
A-frames. I was like, get the fuck
Dope.
out.
That's
And it was called, I was like, where are we going?
Yeah.
And it's this white picket thing. It's like red and white.
Wow.
It says Cloud Country. I'm like, the fuck? And so you go in, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
gorgeous out there. It's such a cool thing, and it goes back to just being out in nature. I'm
Yeah.
big. I've always hunted, camp, hike, whatever it is. Hiking, if I'm really in it, I'll give myself a month hike challenge and try to do a one hike a day.
Yeah.
That's when like Annie's like,
It's real.
Annie, are you okay? You know, but we've got so much great areas around for us to get that. You know, again, go visit a farm, go talk to our farmers and learn how you could do these things at your own home. You know, you can have some gorgeous flowers. You can have your fruits and vegetables. And we just want to, in general, support our local farmers, period. If you guys you have an event coming up, you have a art project or whatever it is, and you're looking for a dope vibe and a gorgeous selection of flowers, I highly encourage you guys to follow Calhoun Flower Farms and tell her I sent you. How do people find you? What type of marketing do you do? Do you have any tips or ideas for businesses, farmers?
So find us on CalhounFlowerFarms.com. That has all of what we offer because there's so many different things that we provide. And it has our calendar, which will link you to tickets. So that includes U-Picks, education, farming. I've also had people just want to volunteer and just experience it. And so we send you a one-on-one link that you can schedule yourself, and then you can come out and I will give you things that you're curious about and then help you be engulfed in that. And so you can find that on our website and then also on Instagram.
Okay.
When it comes to marketing, I think that because of what we just talked about, you always change. I think always making sure your story is out there and being super real with people is the best way you market. And the other ones is one really cool thing, which is a sticker or something that's a conversation starter. So I always bring either a product of what I'm selling, and marketing can be expensive and invisible in the way that you're like, when is this gonna hit? And you got to be okay with the 3 to 6 month mark at least, and
100%.
and then you're okay. But I think the other thing is reminding yourself that people need to see things 3 to 6 times at least in order to fully remember your story. And so be committed to telling your story over and again, but it also builds that confidence within you, like your drive. And so being your best marketer, being open and I've talked about my mental health on there. I've had people come out because they were having issues with their drinking and they volunteered in a lavender field. So like,
you know what? That's true.
And I had a couple come out, I won't name them, but they might watch this because they support so much, and they were having trouble in their marriage.
Sure.
One of them was having issues with drinking. They started volunteering out there every other weekend basically as a couple. Like they were just like pushed through.
Like a couples therapy kind of, yeah.
We'd meditate every morning.
Wow.
She has now been 2.5 years sober. And they're about to open a venue.
Good for them.
And they're killing it at life. And
you have to put yourself there. You have to.
And just being honest. Like, they were like, we heard you had issues with drinking. What did you do? And so, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. So, but so volunteer, and then again, you can buy buckets if you're never sure. We always deliver for free on Wednesdays to Desert Spoon Food Hub.
Oh,
so
nice.
if you ever don't want to come pick up the stuff. You can order online and pick up, or we deliver, or if you want free delivery to El Paso, we'll drop off any and everything on Wednesdays for free.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep it in their cooler for you until you pick it up.
Cool.
So
great partnership.
they're amazing.
They really are.
I've loved working with them.
Yeah.
And then next year we'll also be Whole Foods.
I love it, dude. Very cool. Great information. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. No, thank you guys. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah,
like I got to
great.
learn so much about everybody here and your all's businesses. El Paso. What else do you need, bro? Like, well, let me know if you need something else. Chances are I know a guy. But right here, right now, this is what we got. And tell us a little about what we have right here on the table.
Actually, if you want to end it with this, I do
Yes.
this with everyone. And now I found out that this is being done in like congregation. Someone came and did this for a congregation of 300 people at their church. I found out that someone does this. They're a nurse at one of the hospitals here. They do this with their staff now.
Okay.
For all of their nurses. I found out this is now being done at Boys and Girls Club in El Paso. So it takes 3 seconds. A lot of people, it's about breaking stereotypes. And
Let's do it.
Apparently that's what I'm about. So,
I love it.
you gotta put that down.
All right, let's do it.
You gotta come over here too.
Come on, Manny. Come on. Be part of it.
Okay, so
All right.
this is a meditation. This is also a first cousin of cannabis.
It's not blue dream.
First cousin?
It smells
Yeah.
a little.
So
Wow.
anything in the mint
Tiny.
family is a first cousin to cannabis.
Okay.
Anything with a square stem. Okay, so
Interesting.
lavender, as it's known for, is one of the only plants that will neutralize both sides of your brain. Where does anxiety come from? Usually because one part of your brain is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's where this plant is so magical. And so it works with your neurotransmitters to neutralize, which is where like tapping comes in and stuff like that. That's what this plant does. That is so cool to me. So with saffron, this was when I was also depressed during the pandemic. And I was like, how do I make this into my passion and help my mental health? Because it's shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
This plant did that. And it's great in the desert and it makes money.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is... Usually you'll stand up, but we'll do it. Okay, shake your shoulders. Just relax. Think of something that made you smile today. Something that made you feel human today. Okay, then you're going to rub this in your hands. I'll clean it up. Just put it on the table when you're done. Rub it as hard as you can in your hands. Alright, now just sit for a second, and then we're going to take 3 deep inhales from our hands, from our nose, out of our mouth, okay? 2 more times.
Wow.
So we did this for a week with kids from the barrio. They came to the farm for a week and they were changed after.
Really?
So do this whenever you need a moment. So you can do this in here with these. Also, there's like extra shit in the bottom. I always say that. And so I put this now because I travel all the time. So I was like, this will be good for her. Because if you can't do this, just squeeze it and then breathe in.
Yeah.
And it's like an inhaler of like de-stress.
Dude.
And so like if I go to Hobbs or something for work and
I'll
just
so
like
much.
breathe it in. And then I found
Staying
out
in
like,
my
people
car.
kept doing this after they left the farm. And they're just like, well, it helps a lot, and it destigmatizes the whole meditation thing. Like, it doesn't, it should be 30 minutes, but, like, I don't have 30 minutes all the time, unfortunately. And so
aromatherapy,
this helped
man.
me a lot, like, build that bridge where it's like, okay, and there's a whole stigma with males, so it helps a lot. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I might have to start volunteering with my boyfriend now. This is so cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
this is
dude,
awesome.
thank
This is
you.
staying in my car. I'm not even kidding. Anywhere I'm at, I can always use some of this. So make sure. There's Manny. He didn't want to be in the camera, but sorry. You got a quick. You guys saw the wizard behind the curtain. Forget that man's face real quick. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for going local. As always, please, like, start thinking about who you want to vote for in November. Also, just so you guys know, I just went and I got registered to register people to vote here in El Paso. So if you guys are not registered to vote, please reach out to me. I'd love to get you registered. Just a couple minutes of your time, and I'll handle everything else for you. But real quick, I want to do a sponsor shout out. Thank you so much to Star City Studios for always allowing me this gorgeous studio to have my show. I literally couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you. El Paso Family Dental, if you guys are looking for a dentist to take your family to, I highly recommend them. I've got my wisdom teeth pulled there. I've got my aligners there. I do my regular 3-month checkups. I love them. The team is amazing. The whole family are for you, whatever you guys need. They're on the west side, right across from Franklin, and they are expanding. They do life-changing work. So no matter the size of work that you need, small, large, they got you covered. Also, Rvmpvge Strength, a true 24/7 gym in Central El Paso off of Montana near 54. If you guys need a personal trainer, Ethan is amazing. He also has a dope paddle events coming up. So make sure to check out the podcast from about a week or two ago for that one, that information there, and follow a post because he's going to post that information so you can sign up. And if you guys would like to feature your business on Annie's Adventures, just reach out to me. I need about a week's notice and we can go on and schedule that. And if you guys need help with marketing, I do work in marketing. So if you need help with TV, radio, billboard, print, online streaming, graphic design, photography, video production is huge for me. Websites, everything and anything. I'd love to help. But of course, Annie's Adventures, thank you so much for going local and we'll see you next time. Bye.